So, hello. This is the probably first video in which I will not be playing a single note on a musical instrument, but I'm gonna dedicate this one to this new tin whistle bag we just finished, and I chose to make a video for this bag because we found out when making this bag that there's much more to a bag than just sewing some tubes on a piece of cloth. And this is why I'd like to give you some explanations on that, because I believe it's great. First of all, we made a little survey among our customers and asked how many whistles would you really want to take along with you to a session, and most of them said like 5 pieces. So this bag is meant to hold 5 pieces, and still there's tubes in between that could hold another 6 pieces, but these would need to be conical, like Shaw whistles or Clark whistles. Different to other bags is that most bags you find on the internet are simply tubes on a piece of cloth that hold the whistle, but usually these tubes are very long. So if you have got a soprano G whistle, for example, it would fall to the bottom of the tube, and you would get problems picking it out again. So what we did is we made small tubes, and up here we made another strap to hold them in place. So if you got a soprano whistle that goes up to here, you can easily slip it out, and the longer whistles like the C one, for example, are still locked up here. So another thing we saw with these other tubes where only the heads were looking out is that most of them bags were folded in the middle. So these whistles, strong material, as I said before, would touch each other and get scratches and all that. Like this 5, for example, is more expensive than my bicycle. I wouldn't want to have any scratches on it. So what we did is we made this piece of cloth coming from above, which can be locked with a button. Also the button is protected from beneath, so it cannot touch the whistle. So now if I'm closing this bag, I don't fold it to the middle, but I roll it. And here's another thing we found out when making this piece of cloth up here. This has got an ankle here. For the first prototypes we used it straight down, but now it has got an ankle, because if you really tension this up, the other thing would come out here, because it would be too big from the movement to one direction. It would flip out. Also, the last whistle here we got a Shaw whistle, would also be pushed outside. This is why we made this thing. And as you can hear, it is locked up here also, so it cannot fall out. So if you roll this, no whistle and no piece of cloth gets visible. Wow, this is where, if you're not a native speaker, nothing gets visible at the outside. So this is what I want to say. Another thing is, many of them other bags had straps to carry it around your shoulder, and we ask ourselves, what do you really want to go with your whistle? Do you want to parade up and down the street? And we found probably no. Because usually you would take it to a session maybe, and like to have them in the back so they don't fall off the table and fall to the ground into the beer on the floor. And this is the one option. The other option is you're a stage musician and you play this on stage. And so we decided not to make a single strap, but to make 2 loops up here. So these 2 loops can be fixed to a microphone stand, for example. So you get quick access to all your whistles without always grabbing them from the floor, and it cannot fall off. If we had a single strap only, it would always go like this or like that, depending on where the heavier whistle is. And as I said in the beginning, the material is really strong. I believe this to last forever. Maybe if someone starts digging in 1,000 years, you might still find our whistles bags. And you can really tighten this by this strap here. This is camping quality. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and well, yeah, thanks a lot.